Hello Internet. In front of me today is a whole bunch of wires. Different wires. Some of you are probably already guessing what this is. We ran into a problem with this particular connector here, as you can see. And the problem originated in here. Hopefully you can't see it, but you can kind of see it. Either way, this is a A6000 RTX, very expensive GPU that came with a moth. I don't know. Hopefully that's not what's responsible for killing this GPU, though I highly doubt it. So I have all these cables because I somehow need to reconstruct the damage, because there's no way that these connectors can be purchased anywhere. So let's take this thing apart. Also, I'm kind of I think that the GPU is most likely to survive, and but we're gonna find out in just a second. I don't think burnt connectors had ever damaged the GPU itself. Even if something would short, a lot of times connectors melt is due to a poor sitting. If it wasn't seated properly, or was too much power was pulled through it, which is actually interesting because one PCI Express cable is rated for, I think, 150 watt, and this card is rated 300 watt. So how do they get 300 watt into this card? They simply combine two PCI Express cables into one, and that's how they push 300 watts into this card, which is kind of stupid. I don't know. Probably that's the reason why it burned. I don't know. So how does this come out? I know this comes out hard. There we go. There we go. Right there. So now we're gonna have to figure out how to take this thing apart. A few more screws. I think this is what we want. So these cards are used for basically building a Skynet. So if the Skynet's coming and they're gonna start killing all humans, then we know exactly who's responsible for it. It's all the RTX A6000 owners, and we're gonna need to go after them. So I'm secretly building a database of all the RTX A6000 owners, so that way, if all hell breaks loose, we can just follow the list and take them all out one by one. That is a joke, of course. Alright, so what I have here is I've milled on the milling machine some of the aluminum off of there so that it's not getting in the way, and shaved off the top and the bottom of the connector so that everything fits nice inside. And we put the fan cover back on. Everything is absolutely perfect, with the exception of a stick out, and the connector doesn't go anywhere. So that's all I needed to see. Small price to pay with the connector stick out, so whatever. So now all I gotta do is to figure out what wires get soldered where, and that should probably be it in terms of the power cable repair. So hopefully everything goes well. Alright, so this is what I have so far. I think it looks okay. Not too bad anyway. Hopefully that's all that there was. That is not to say that was very little. So now I just gotta figure out how to bend it gently so that it all lays out inside of the case. So we're gonna start with the connector first, I guess. See, I wanted it to be serviceable. I didn't want to just solder the wires and call it a day. It looks like we're a bit short. See if I can bend it in such a way that would allow it to move a little. Let's try again. Yeah, it looks like I'm a little bit short. So, which is not too big of a deal because we have another connector that we can use if we need to. So let's see if I can. It's the solder joints are so thick that they don't want to bend. So let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. It's a very tight fit. Nope, it's a bit too short, so I'm gonna have to redo this. Good thing I bought extra connectors, so I'm gonna have to basically do the exact same thing, except that I will make these wires just a little bit longer. Especially, it seems like, especially on the 12-volt lines that are a bit too short. The grounds were okay, but the 12 volts, whatever, not big deal. Alright, so we finally have a fit. So what I want to do now is to power the board and see what it does. So let's see. I imagine it'll work right away. Well, that was... What is going on in here? That's some Chinese adapters. Holy cow, I can't separate the two. Wow, incredible. Thanks, China. As usual, you've... Wow, outperform yourself. I think I'm gonna have to replace this connector. I think the connector's overloaded and melted a little bit. So let's get that replaced. I guess these connectors cannot handle 20 amps. Well, not 20 amps, 10 amps actually. Yes. So 20 volts, 10 amps. And they start to melt. Very upsetting. Oh well. Alright, new connector. So we're gonna have to have a PCI Express to the EPS adapter. I think is what it's called. And once we plug the regular PCI Express connectors in here, and if there's a short on the 12 volt line, then you know that the connectors are not correct. So let's see, do we have a short on 12? Nope. 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 Okay. Everything else is looking good. Let's power on, see what it does. See if we have voltage anywhere. So we got 1.8 PEX and memory. Great. Which means the connector was chosen correctly. So let's go and power this thing by the motherboard and see if it posts. So I'll probably put something under there to keep it. Flat. Something like that. Some kind of a cooler. And we need DisplayPort. Yes. This thing does not have HDMI. Alright, here goes nothing. I think we see a picture. Cool. Okay, so what's left now is to put this thing together and get it all tested. Make sure everything works. And hopefully that will be it. Hopefully these cables will survive whatever load will be applied to them, and I will probably get I have a proper connector on order, the original one from the NVIDIA, so that's what the customer is going to be getting. So until then, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video was entertaining. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you've learned how to fix an RTX A6000 cable that's been melted. There's actually a way to do it. And that will be it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've learned anything. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. And there we have it. It looks like this new connector is a little bit thicker than the other one, and it just sits just a little bit above the mating surface, which I hope you guys can forgive me for this. There's no way I can shave this connector down. So, and I don't have that original one that I had initially. I only have another one of those, which is exactly the same thing as I used here. So, we'll plug this thing in and run it.